Player 2 has joined the game.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 170 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts here, Kevin, along with my brother from my mother's show, One.
How we doing?
Good. Just gotten resituated. Hey, if this is the first time you're seeing us, this is the Two Player Co-op Podcast. We're just about, well, from now on until the next vacation, every week, two brothers get together to tell you everything you need to know about in the world of video games. If you like that, go over to youtube.com/2playercoop, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share the video with your friends, family, and everyone in between. If you really like us, you can go to patreon.com/2playercoop.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
God dang it! Do the magic fingers.
Just like a slash.
Just like our producer Steve Appleton and Aunt Sue did, as well as our affiliates Logan Wilkinson, the homie, and James Solar, also the homie, as well as also the homie, our two-player co-op partner, Matt Mitchell. If you like merch, you can go to teespring.com/stores/2playercoop. God, what the hell are you? Why are you here for?
Monitor chat.
And if you're watching us right now live, you know that we are at twitch.tv/2player_coop.
Nick and Logan are distracting me.
Who is?
Nick and Logan.
Oh, Nick's here. What's up, Nick? In all seriousness, so we've wanted to do a lot more live stuff for a very long time. Where we have the studio amongst all the action figures and wrestling rings, Darth Vader masks, Crossfire, shout out to Crossfire, books, air hockey, basketball. If we ever do a vlog, it's going to be the funniest vlog anyone's ever done.
The empty beer can.
Also those. I was streaming Bioshock. It was the scariest game ever. We'll talk about that in a minute. We've wanted to do a lot more live stuff here. So you really should, if you like us, go to twitch.tv/2player_coop. I'm not doing it again.
That's fine.
I'm not saying we're going to do every podcast live.
But we might. I mean,
but we might.
Why not?
I mean,
if it works.
We just had a lot.
This doesn't break the computer.
Yeah, we had a lot of technical issues just getting this up because I haven't restarted the computer. I feel like I'm at work and everybody that works for me is like, you have to restart your computer every day. I'm like, I don't want to because then I lose all my files. Or you should save them. I understand that, but I don't want to do that. So whatever. We're going to try to do a lot more live stuff. Both me here. No.
I don't know why you paused there.
Because it was like, me here? Me here. Kevin here. Oh, God dang it. Me in my house, in my studio.
Here.
What? Patreon? What did you say?
I said, Paige here.
Okay. I'm just trying to see what.
Thanks, Nick. That did sound like Yoda.
Oh, you want to do me? Restart your computer? You must. Streaming, you must. That he would not say that. Streaming, you must streaming. That doesn't make any sense. We want to do more live stuff. Anyways, first off, so we are live streaming this for the first time ever at twitch.tv/2player_coop. Your hands. My hands are small, I know, but they're not yours. They are my own. And they're Jewel?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
You're making sure that was Jewel?
I'm making sure you knew that was Jewel. If you hear any noises, it's my feet. It's not my anus. Anyways, what was I saying? Follow us there. We're going to be streaming more. I'm going to try. It's not going to be like every time I play a video game, I'm going to stream it because I got to unhook it and bring it upstairs. But we will be streaming more. I think we will be doing more live streams of the podcast. Now, we're going to have special episodes like we have planned, which Sean hates me for. Episode 200 is this year, as well as our 5-year anniversary. Sean hates me for both of the ideas that I have for those. I'm not going to say what they are, but the fact that Sean hates them, like I said in my solo podcast, should make you know that you should be very excited for those ideas. And we're going to do those.
I don't even remember. I remember what one of them was.
200 things we love about video games and the top 50 games of
The second one's not that bad.
The first one's not that bad. There's going to be I'm not going to say we can't have repeats, but it's going to be a very fun episode. So we will do we will do actual bonus like special streams. We've got 2 planned for this year. Like I said, what'd he say?
People can see your lips.
Who said that? Logan or Nick?
Logan.
So,
and Nick said they could still hear us.
I figured it's fine. I'm not. We love y'all. We're not trying to hide anything. So, episode 200, we're planning on doing. I'll just say it right now. So, Sean has to do it. The 200 things that we love about video games. And episode our 5-year anniversary is going to be our top 50 games of all time.
Joint.
Yeah, we rank them. We come up with a list. We can argue whatever.
So we do all this behind the scenes, and we just come to the show.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Well, now the 200 things we love about video games. We each pick 100. There's going to be a lot of crossover. I'm fine with that because otherwise it'll be a 6-hour podcast. But the top 50 games. Well, I know. But the top 50 games, I say these are my 1 to 50. These are your 1 to 50. I rank them, and we say whatever. Is there anything we want to change? Whatever. We need like a whole planning session for that, I think.
Yeah.
But I think they'll both be great. So we have special episodes planned to stream. We will try to stream the podcast as much as we can. Now that I know that I can confidently stream because we fixed the internet. Shout out to whatever this thing is.
TP link.
I'm not going to put a link. The TP link on Amazon. Feet.
Feet, don't fail me now.
There's a thing that I don't... Whatever. There's not a lot to cover in this podcast, so we can BS as much as we want. I got this thing on Amazon. Boy Genius, who I've been following even before Twitter was a thing. Boy Genius Report tweeted this thing a couple weeks ago that said, "Hey, this is the one accessory for under $40 that if you're a gamer you have to have." And I was like, whatever. It's going to be like back paddles or whatever. Click it, and it's this thing where you plug in a thing to your outlet. I'm somewhat technical, so is he, and neither of us can figure this out. You plug it in near your router. You plug an Ethernet cable from your router to the thing. You then take the second thing and plug it in wherever you want to have internet. You plug it in, you take an Ethernet, and you plug it to whatever you want to use, and you just push a pair button. What that does, somehow it sends the
internet goes through
internet
your
signal through your
electricity, your
power lines. Now, the one thing I was worried about when I went up here, I saw in the directions it said it has to be on the same circuit, and I was like, oh frig, I don't know. But I just plugged in and it worked, and apparently it still works. So whatever. So as of now, we have our internet fixed up here, which means it means so much for us. Honestly, it does. Like I can stream up here. Sean's got a perfect setup at his house if he wants to stream, but up here when we do the podcasts and stuff. Really, now my thing is we want to have more guests on. Logan, Nick, Adam, Ernie, whatever. Like, we don't have to have you guys come all the way
James
over here. Solar. Oh, yes.
How has Solar never been on?
Because we have no internet. Well, because we have no internet.
Well, now there's no excuse.
Matt, Aunt Sue, like Appleton, like everybody, like anybody that's like our core fans. Whenever we wanted to try to Skype somebody in, I had to go over to my quote unquote office, which is a spare bedroom over here where I work from when I work from home, and just hook it up and have horrible camera and whatever. Now we have real internet here, so the only thing I have to figure out now, I was telling Sean, it might have been on the pre-show, I don't know, but I have to figure out how we can take OBS and just say, the two of us are here with this setup, and then down here where you see us put trailers and stuff every so often, we have Nick or Logan or Adam or Ernie or James or Appleton or Matt or anybody.
Aunt Sue.
And they're just here. So if anybody knows how to do that in OBS, Ernie, I'm looking at you really, or Jose, honestly, let us know, because I want this to be a very big year for 2-player co-op. I want us to not just be 2-player. I want us to be a lot of 3-player stuff.
Infinite player co-op.
Yeah, and 4-player and everything. Like, I just got to figure out the best way to do it. We don't have the most powerful laptop in the world over here. I'm shocked that this is even working, but I'm very happy that it is. We upgraded the RAM. Thank you, Patron. But this opens us up to do so many more things, and it makes me really it like energizes me for the future of this channel.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, the fact that we've made it as far as we did, not ever really having any dependable internet to work with is impressive.
Shocking, yeah.
So, yeah.
So that's what's coming. Long story short, go to twitch.tv/2player_co-op and go follow, subscribe, whatever it is over there. Witty banter section. So let me just say this. And this is not me being a jackass or anything. There was an Animal Crossing Direct this week. We're not going to talk about it. The reason I say that is this game means so much to so many people, way more people than care about Metal Gear. And if we were to talk about it, we would not know, first off, what the hell we're talking about. I put out a tweet. I got a lot of great replies from so many people saying why Animal Crossing is so important. And I think if we were to cover it, it would just be...
We would be doing it a disservice.
Exactly. It's like when
we're not here to like crap all over it, but neither of us have played it.
Yeah.
I've gone on the record, like I get, and I think maybe this is where we differ, or maybe we're saying the same thing, and I don't know. But I can understand how people could get really into this game. I don't get it. It's not for me, just like Minecraft was never for me.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know that this has anything to do... I know it doesn't literally have anything to do with Minecraft. I don't know if it even has anything in common.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like a sandbox kind of thing. Not sandbox like Minecraft, but I don't get Minecraft, but I also get how people can get so into it. And that's kind of how I am with this game. It's not for me, but I get it. I get how people are super excited for this game, and great, we're happy for them.
Yeah. So in the past, what I've done, and I kind of feel bad about it, whenever we talk about Pokemon, as I call it, I want to be better. Like, I still don't get Pokemon. It seems like it's the same game 15 times in a row. I don't get it, but I don't want to cover stuff that I don't believe we should cover. And Animal Crossing is the same way to me. Like, I don't get it. I got all the replies. I understand why people like it, kind of, but never having played it, I would be doing, like you said, I'd be doing it a disservice if we were to like talk about the Direct. What the hell am I going to say? Like, there's nothing I can offer. If you want to know about Animal Crossing, watch the Direct. Listen to a million people on Twitter. Like, this is not... What I've always wanted this podcast to be was I want us to be very authentic, and I want us to talk about what we want to talk about. And Animal Crossing, it's not even that I don't want to talk about it. I don't feel privileged enough to talk about it. When the next Pokemon game comes out, I probably won't even talk about that. Again, it's not like it's not that I don't care or don't think it's a big deal. We are just not the people that you should go to for that information.
Time out. The homie Jose is here. Hey, if he was here 5 minutes ago, maybe he could answer your question about how to do the thing.
Yeah, Jose, just go back and watch the actual podcast. We're trying to figure out how we take OBS with this setup that you see and have somebody Skype in and just have it like down here. I mean, I know how to move windows, but that's about all I can do. How do we just... And, and it just stays like if Jose Skypes in, Jose's camera is down here the whole time. The audio syncs up, all that other stuff. Just hit me up outside
without doing like a window capture, because then the whole
correct
computer
because
will
it
die.
Screws it'll just be, I mean, if you're just talking, you know what I mean. But anyway, so going back to what I was saying, like, we're not going to talk about Animal Crossing because I don't think it's
although we've been talking about it for about 10 minutes now.
But what I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying, like, I don't want, like, I want to be more positive. I want to be positive about the things that we care about going forward, and I haven't done a good job of that in the past. I'm going to be better about that. Animal Crossing is where I start.
It's better.
It's better. If you go to 1,500,000 other sites that can tell you everything you need to know about Animal Crossing and what Tom Nook's doing and all this other stuff, go there. Don't come here. So we're not going to talk about it, even though we've talked about it for 5 minutes. Next up. I want to talk about one of my biggest pet peeves in the history of video games. And I'm going to call out Colin right now. So yesterday, Saturday, my 9-year-old son, Nick, had a gymnastic meet in Nashville. I had to drive to Nashville and back. So I was like 7 hours in the car. It was a very long day. He did great. He had a lot of fun. It was great, whatever. He's back there on his iPad on my hotspot watching like a documentary on Netflix about Alcatraz and how people escaped, and that's my Nick.
He needs to watch
I love
Rock.
Green balls. So I'm just listening to podcasts, and I was like, I've got nothing else in my podcast feed. I'm done. So let me go back and I was going through Knockback, and I love Colin and I love Dagan. And going back, they had Nick. You can hold me that. They did a Street Fighter 2 podcast like a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, whatever it was. One of my biggest pet peeves, and maybe it's just because you and I were so into Street Fighter, but I feel like everyone around our age, like Colin is basically your age. Dagan's a few years older than me. I think
Team Young.
He's like way older than me. I think he's like 45, 46, whatever.
He's not that old.
No, he is. No, he really is. Yeah.
He is.
They kept screwing up what every iteration of Street Fighter 2 brought to the table. And I'm like, we went from Street Fighter 2 to Street Fighter Turbo to the new challengers. I was like, what the... Street Fighter 2 is not everything to everybody. But if you're like 23 years old, whatever, I get it. You might not know what every because there were so many. Every variation of Street Fighter 2 brought to the table.
Oh, I mean, I can't even keep track myself after some.
Okay,
but
Street Fighter 2 was the first one. Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition brought in the bosses and let you fight against each other and have different colors. Yep. Street Fighter 2 Turbo, same thing. It sped everything up, and you got... Are you stealing my thunder? Would you like to do this?
I'm trying to do the things that I do know.
And some extra moves like the air hurricane kick, Chun-Li got her fireball, whatever. Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2, the new challengers, slowed everything down. 4 new characters. Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. All that plus sped it back up, and you got super moves for the first time. I don't know why this is so hard. They went back and forth so many times, and I'm like, what? Like, I respect Colin so much, and I love Dagan. And Dagan is not a podcaster by nature. He's an animator, and he does such a great job. But I was like, guys, like, if you're doing an episode about Street Fighter 2, you have got to know what you're talking about. And I will never... but it's not just them. It's just because that's the latest thing that I listen to. There's so many times I hear people that are like, they don't know Street Fighter 2, but they talk about Street Fighter 2, and it just drives me absolutely bananas.
Specifically this game?
Not that... Well, the variations of it.
Well, right, okay. I mean that series?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not talking Alpha, 3, 4, 5, whatever. Street Fighter 2 is the reason we have the fighting games that we have today. Period.
Yes, I'll give you
Hard
that.
stop. To not know what Champion Edition brought versus what Turbo brought versus what Super brought versus what Super Turbo brought, well, is like one of my biggest gaming pet peeves. And no matter, Jesus Christ could come down again and he would say Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition sped everything up, and I'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Do you ever experience, is there anything like this for you that you're just like, how do you not know this? Like, I'm not talking like Metal Gear or Final Fantasy, but I'm talking something that is like so ingrained in like the gaming zeitgeist, whatever you want to call it, that you're like, well, what the hell?
The thing with me, and I guess it's different about Street Fighter, where you either know it or you don't. And if you know it, you know it. Although not necessarily for some people, I guess. But like, if I heard something about Final Fantasy, or I'm not going to say Metal Gear, but like Chrono Trigger,
but
or
I think even
Zelda
you with Metal
or
Gear,
something.
Even you with Metal Gear, you'd be like,
well,
that's
right,
not
but it would make me question it.
Yes.
Like if somebody said something about Final Fantasy VII and said it with so much aplomb that if I thought it was wrong, I'd be like, well, crap, maybe I'm wrong. So I'm more likely to take that approach. Now, if it's something like Street Fighter where it's very black and white and you kind of know it or you don't, I guess that's different. But like, if you told me something about how some boss fight or some story element of Final Fantasy VII and it was different than what I thought, even if I was right and was almost positive I was right, I'd be like, well, crap.
What if somebody said A Link to the Past was when it went 3D? You'd be like, what the frick is wrong with you?
I don't think anybody would say that. I mean, that's...
I don't know how you could think that there was no Champion Edition. You just went from Street Fighter 2 to Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Well,
and then later in the podcast, you edit out and you're like, well, Champion Edition brought the bosses. I'm like, again, like, and it's only because of the ages of these two guys and people that I've seen make these same mistakes on Twitter. Like Kotaku's done it before. I'm like, what? Like Kotaku is called the Snake in Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes and Metal Gear Solid 5, the Phantom Pain. They've called that Snake Solid Snake, and I'm like, what? Why? Your website should be shut down. Jason Schreier can do his own thing because he's the GOAT. Like stuff like that. I'm like, you lose all credibility. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To call Snake in Ground Zero Solid Snake is like, what the frick, or what are we even doing here? IGN did that too. I remember Destin Legary when he did the rewind video for Ground Zeroes and he was calling him Solid Snake and stuff. I was like, oh my God, you're IGN. You're the biggest video game outlet in the entire universe, galaxy, everything, world. I kept going down. But
I mean, well, it's one thing if it's written. If you're just speaking, I can understand misspeaking. I mean, like, would you get on somebody's case if they're talking about Castlevania and they said Trevor instead of Simon or something like that? I mean, it's kind of the same thing.
Trevor and Simon are nuts.
No, I know, but I'm saying it's a similar issue.
Right, okay.
But to me, Castlevania probably seems a little more forgivable.
Jose chimed in. He said he does agree that if someone is going to cover something in depth, it should at least be one person who is knowledgeable on the subject. Thank you. Like, don't.
Hence why we're not talking about Animal Crossing.
Well, that's what led into this because I'm like, I don't know. So you don't have anything that jumps out as being like a big, like, something you've heard over and over that you're like, what the hell is wrong with you when it comes to like games coverage, games media?
I can't think of anything that jumps out at me and something that's stuck with me. I'm sure I've read or heard things that I know are incorrect, but yeah, I don't know. Nothing. I can't think of anything.
All right. I just had to get it off my chest. Next item right here. Tom Holland says that Uncharted is filming in 4 weeks.
I feel more Uncharted now because of the development with Batman. Uncharted is like the new Batman. Like, yeah, Batman, I was always like, is this really an
But they were like,
and now
okay,
it's like, okay, well, it is.
But they were like, Ben's gone. Matt Reeves is doing this. We've now gone through 6 directors on Uncharted. We don't even have an official. There's rumors of who's going to direct the movie going forward, but we've gone through 6 directors and nothing is nailed down. How do you think this movie's actually filming in 4 weeks? There's no way. Now, what's really confusing, Tom Holland said, of course, the best script I've ever seen. It's like James Gunn said, the Suicide Squad is the best script I've ever had. It's not better than Guardians 1 or 2. I would bet my life on that it's not. But it's the latest movie he's working on, so he's going to say that. Tom Holland has been in some of the biggest and best comic book movies of all time. And he's going to say that this script is the best he's ever seen.
It's better than Endgame.
There's literally, or Infinity War, or Spider-Man, or Civil War. There's literally no way that the script for this movie is better than those 3-4 movies, whatever I just said. Like, it's not possible. It might be better than Far From Home. Sorry, Nick. But that's it. And I'm not going to go backflip into a cold pool like I've done with some other predictions in the past. Mostly because it's about to be warm here. And by the time it gets cold, it'll be like, nobody even remembers it.
I'll remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers.
If this movie films... Okay, all right. If this movie ends up filming...
Ever?
At this point, no. By this point, 3 weeks as we're recording this. I will backflip into the cold pool and you can record me and put it up on the channel.
We'll be the proof.
I'm not backflip.
I mean, you've
not
already...
Not backflip, because...
Front flip.
My diving board's broken.
Front flip. You don't need a diving board for a front flip.
I'm going to do it off the side of the... Oh, I can do it off the waterfall.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Screw me. I screwed up is what I'm saying. If this movie is filming within 3.5 weeks of when we're recording this, I will jump into that cold pool with algae and everything.
But how will we know?
It'll be everywhere. Like, how do we know that the Batman was filming? Like, it's like, oh, here's these thugs beating up this guy, and then here's the Bat with his freaking ears going the wrong way. Like, I love the teaser for the Batman, but now when I see like the shots from the movie and the ears go, I don't know, man. All like the fan art I see of the cape and the cowl and the suit and everything looks so much better than what I just saw with him on the motorcycle. But anyways, I will jump into that cold pool.
You heard it here first, and only.
Love you, Logan. All right,
can we stream that? Do you have internet outside?
I think you can probably do it from your phone.
Oh, that's true. We don't need internet. I mean, we need internet. We don't need Wi-Fi.
We did have one podcast question this week, and it's a fun one. Mikey writes in, and he says, last week on GameScoop, which it might have been 2 weeks ago, I can't remember because I heard this too, they talked about rage quit moments while playing a game. Do you guys have any funny stories? I feel like when we were kids, we threw controllers all the time. But I don't have a singular moment that I remember.
That's kind of how I am.
There's 2 games that I can remember, and tell me if I'm crazy. Let me look them up here. I've got written down maybe Comic Zone, because that game was incredibly difficult. And Zero Tolerance, probably just because it controlled like crap. But I don't remember any NES games or Saturn games or any other Genesis games that make me throw that made me throw the control. I know we threw them all the time, but like I do have some more recent examples, but I want to ask you first. Do you remember anything from when we were growing up? Any rage moments where we threw controllers? Clearly, we threw them all the time with that the entertainment center with the thing on the side, with the glass on the top and the wood on the bottom. Like we threw our controllers all the time, but I cannot remember anything that like. I do have 2 recent examples, but I'll let you go first.
I cannot think of specific examples. Logan broke a controller playing God of War 1. Jose, Kingdom Hearts 1 final boss. If you fail at any point, yes, I hate that whole boss fight. The final fight is like 3 fights. I'm with you there, Jose. See, I can't remember. I know I had all sorts of rage controller throwing moments as a kid, but it's weird thinking back. I'm like, what games would have bothered me that much? Like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of games.
I'm not going off the roof, guys.
I'm trying to think of games.
Because I can't jump that far and I will die, and then the channel's done.
I'll carry it on.
You've never done a solo podcast, bruh.
No, anyways, I can't think of any specific examples from when I was a kid. The most recent one I can think of, you mentioned Bloodborne. I don't know. I've gotten frustrated with that, but it's never gotten past like a when I'm trying to kill blood-starved beast or something. The one that has got me more than anything recently.
So wait, what about my 2 examples? Comic Zone and Zero Tolerance.
It's entirely possible, okay. But see, I don't remember. I remember both those games, but I don't remember having rage moments with it.
Okay, continue.
The one that jumps out at me was Celeste. And doing the B-side of like World 2 or whatever they call it. I mean, the B-sides in general were brutal. But there was something about at the very end, like I think you've already beaten it. Like it's literally the last part when you get what do you get at the end?
No,
is that like a cassette tape? You get some kind of object at the end to like end it. I don't remember what it is. But you're like outside, you're on like the top of this tower or something, and I feel like there's things going left and right in the middle, and you have to like jump and double jump and boost, and I don't know. And just getting there was so brutal, and somehow I got to the end. I'm like, I beat it. And it took me like another 20 or 30 minutes just to get this like jump done, and it was driving me nuts. And I never threw a controller. Well, I think I threw it at the couch. Actually, when I beat it, I threw it, but it was more
In
of a
excitement?
like, thank God, like, and I just threw it at the couch, and I'm like, I'm done. That's the only thing I can think of, like, recently that's really just fired me up.
I've got two. One, I'll do the lesser of the two first. One was Sonic Mania. Logan, I know you're watching. Sonic Mania fighting the damn Ocean
you
Zone
hated
boss.
that thing. Yeah.
Like, I literally threw. Now, I aimed it at the love seat on the side. 2-3 times I was like, bro, no, I've got one hit left, and I just chucked that controller as hard as I could. And then I was like, oh my God, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay?
To the controller?
Yes. I was so upset playing that damn boss. The other one, again, both of them, I ended up beating it. But the other one was playing against Sigrun in God of War.
Yeah.
Now, so Logan said the original Mega Man 2, he swears he's a nice person. Mega Man 2 and the original God of War 1. I don't know what it would have been in God of War 1. So, Logan, if we're still talking about it, let us know. God of War 2018 on PS4, fighting against Sigrun. Like, it took me 2.5 to 3 to 3.5 hours. I completely lost track of time by the time I finally beat her. But there was a couple times where I was like, I thought I had her beat. And then all of a sudden she jumps up in the screen. She jumps up in the sky, I mean. And I push square too late to have Atreus fire at her. And she comes down to me and she's like, with her friggin' foot, she's like, unworthy, 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 unworthy. And I'm like, no. And I can see my life chipping away. And then it's like I do the resurrection stone, whatever. And then she's like, wee, boom, unworthy, unworthy, unworthy. I'm like, you. And I just threw it into. Now, lucky for me, like, these controllers now are extremely expensive. I made sure I threw it multiple times against Sigrun, but I made sure to throw it into the love seat because I was like, this is like a $60 controller. I know I've got 3 or 4 of them, but still, like, I don't, it's my white one. It's the one I like the best. Like, I don't want to break this thing. I can't break it, but I'm so pissed. But then I think actually, to your point, when I finally beat her and I got the platinum, I think I threw it like, yes! Like, I was so, again, it's the platinum I'm most proud of. If I ever get the Metal Gear Solid 5 platinum, that'll go above it just because the grind, but I don't think I'll ever get it. But I do think I also threw it out of elation when I finally beat that B.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What do we got? We got anything in chat?
Jose having issues with Ocarina. More recently, though, Spider-Man PS4. Because I forgot that I had it on Ultimate when I was playing it. Oh, God. I don't even think I ever tried it on Ultimate.
Logan also said there's a part where you're fighting on Cronus back and forth. Cronus back and the floor you're on falls out from under you, and it's nonsense. And nah, fam, I just can't. God of War, I like where we got to, but I love those old school. I love the old God of War games. I like this whole streaming thing. I'm just going to say that. We may do every podcast like that. Like this. That.
Like this and like
Stop.
that. I'm just trying to get, like, the stupid...
Sean, what have you been playing?
Oh, go away. Why can't I get
You
this?
go away.
The stupid header thing won't go away now.
You got to get Google Docs, not Google Drive.
I think I'm in it.
That's what she said.
Docs.
He said.
I just want this crap out of here. Usually when I scroll...
It's not here for me.
See, now it is.
No, but I don't have all the things.
Oh, yeah, you don't.
Thank you, smartass. Ooh, Team Young, I like technology. Sean, what have you been playing?
I think since we last podcasted, the only thing I've played is Bioshock.
Shout out to Jose.
I don't think I've played any more Bloodborne.
It's good. It's better. So how far are you in Bioshock? Because it's all I've played. I played like an hour of Top Run. I did last night. I was like, I'm so tired. I got home and I was like, because after driving for 7 hours to Nashville and back, I was like, I don't want to play Bioshock. I don't have it in me. I knocked off the two, or I got the 3 hoverboards objective in Top Run. Remember that I was streaming? And then I got to the next objective was
Did you have to get 2,000 meters yet?
You have to get 1,400 pixels on normal mode, and then the other one is 2,000 meters, and then the other one is 3 lava floors, which that'll just come naturally at some point. I got to 1,963 meters in normal mode and 1,367 pixels in normal. And I was like, I'm done.
And then you throw your...
I was like, yeah, I'm not ever going to get this platinum, but I was like, I'm just going... I watched Raymond. I started passing out. I was like, I'm going to bed. But I did play a little bit of Bioshock, so I don't know if I should tell you where I'm at, and then you go from there, or what do you want to do?
Tell me where, because I'm way past you.
Okay, so when I stream Bioshock... Okay.
Have you played any more since you streamed?
Yes.
Okay.
So when we talked last week, I hadn't even started it. Sean was playing Bioshock. I want to play it with him, so I'm going to wait on Hellblade. I'm sorry, Solar. I'll get to it next. And Logan. I'm sorry. So I streamed Bioshock for about an hour. This game is unnerving. Like, it is so... It feels like a last-gen game, but it also
Remind me of that when I start talking.
Well,
Remind
I'm
me
going
to
to
come
forget.
back to that.
So just put up...
Well, somebody out there...
Put up a 1. Just put up... Whenever I need to think about something, I put up a 1, so I'm like, oh.
But then I'm going to be like, what was this for?
Well, I can't help you with that. It's terrifying. Like, the first time I saw Big Daddy... Even though I can't interact with him because I'm like going through this tunnel to this area and he's over here and I hear like
it's like
I'm like it's
Mr. X all over
the tyrant all over again. I'm like I don't want to ever see this guy. I did finally fight one and it wasn't that bad. Maybe it's because I had 9. I was like 9+ on my health. So I was like, I'm just going to I did my electroshock. I don't know. I feel like I should be using plasmids better than I am. I really default to the electric one.
I've used that way more than anything else.
Because I stun, and then I'm either going to run up. If it's a weak enemy, I'll hit him with the wrench. If it's somebody else, I go blah, and then I go machine gun, brr, and that's what I did to Big Daddy. It's like brr, 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 and I just kept dodging, and I killed him without that much difficulty. Every time I get to a little sister, I save her. Maybe it's because I'm.
That's what I do too.
I'm like I can't harvest this thing.
So. I think they explained this in the game, or maybe it was something I read. If you save her, you get less Adam than if you harvest
I'm like, I don't
her,
care about
or
whatever,
whatever the other option is. However, instead, every time you rescue 3 of them, Dr. Tenenbaum will say, "Thank you so much. This is, you're their savior." Blah 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 blah. And they say, "We'll bring you a gift."
I got that once. Yep.
Have you gotten the gift?
Yeah, because I was like, "Oh my god, there's a little sister," and she ran away. I was like, "I don't remember." At this point, I don't remember what it was. But
so every time you get a gift, I think every time it's always you get 200 Adam. So I don't know how much you get for like harvesting them, but you don't. By rescuing them, you end up getting an extra 200 for every 3. So I don't know if that makes up the difference
and
anyway.
You still get some,
but in addition to that extra Adam, you also get a couple other things.
Yeah.
To me, I think it's worth it. That's what I did too. I always rescue them. If you don't save the little sisters, yeah, I couldn't not do it. But yeah, go ahead.
The other thing is I wrote all the edging laughing. I guess it autocorrected me in my notes. You'll walk into an area and just hear like you hear like Joaquin Phoenix over to the right. And I'm like, I don't even want to go into this room. It's just so, for a game that's 13 years old, it is so good at environmental storytelling. It is so unsettling that it's like, I don't want to go to the next room, period. That being said, it does feel like a game from 2007. Like
it feels very dated. It's still fun. I'm enjoying
the controls. Like I wish you could button map and stuff. Like I don't want to go. At least L2 and at least like R2 shoots and L2 does your plasmids. I hate having to click. I never remember to click in R3. Thank God Logan on the stream. First off, thank you for telling me that my mic was off. That helped. But then tell me that you can click in the stick to aim down sights. And I got to remember like 13, 14, 15 years ago, that's how you aim down sights, was clicking in the stick. And you don't, it's usually just hold L2 and you. it just feels weird. I don't like having to click R1 and you click R1 to go through your weapons. You can also hold R1 and then do the radial dial, whatever. But it doesn't feel right. Same with the plasmids on L1.
I've gotten used to it.
I get used to it, but it's not how any first-person shooter of the last 10 years plays. Period. Now, I'm judging a game because I played it 13 years late, so it's my fault. So just the hell with me. But the button mapping is weird. I don't like that triangle jumps. I hate that. You can't switch it. It's like when I played Breath of the Wild, I immediately switched triangle and X because I was like, nope, or whatever. Y and X, I guess it was. Or no. Y,
X and B?
X and B. Because I was like, no, this button, the south button is supposed to jump, period. You can't do this in this. And you can't change that in this, and I hate that. But this game, like the atmosphere and everything. Now, again, I know the twist, so don't worry about spoilers. Would you kindly? I get it all. When you first walk off that ship and he says, would you kindly pick up that thing? And I was like, ha ha. Okay, I'm on to you, Atlas. Now, I know the would you kindly twist, but I don't know what it means for the overarching story with the would you kindlies and all that. Like, I don't remember. Well, and I don't want to say anything for you if you don't know. I think I know who the bad guy is, but I don't know how the rest of the world fits in there, like the little sisters and the big daddies and stuff like that. I don't know how all that fits in, but I'm really liking it. I would think by the time we podcast next week, I will have this beaten because I'm getting used to the controls and everything to the point that now I'm like, yeah, I want to be. Oh, so I got up to the point where you get the freaking camera.
Oh, okay.
I took a picture of a bad guy and he's like, okay, 1 of 3. And I'm like, oh, here's another bad guy. No, you already took a picture of one. No,
you need to take pictures of 3 separate enemies. You
3 different splicers?
Yeah, it can be the same type. It just can't. You can't be like click, click.
But I didn't. But I killed the guy that was behind the glass. I took a picture of the guy behind the glass. Yeah. I went through it, went over here, then I looked down. I was like, take a picture. You can't do that. I'm like, maybe I'm not close enough.
Maybe
to him
you
or
were too
something.
far away.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's where I'm at now. So I got to take 2 more pictures, and then I go from there. What is your experience with Bioshock?
So I think you're right around the point because I think that it's the guy. Have you seen the Houdini splicers yet?
No.
I think what they're having you take pictures of, it's the spider splicers. The guy that are like crawling on the ceiling, whatever. I think it's the Houdini ones, which is like the next enemy you get to. And I don't remember exactly what's going on when it happens. But there's a part where I really don't remember what was going on, but it's very like atmospheric to where you're like, oh God, like they're going above and beyond the normal, just creepy atmosphere. And I'm like, what is happening? And like, does
it go to a cut screen, like cut screen, like a cut scene, like the widescreen thing, or
no? You're playing. You're in control
okay.
the whole time, but it's like you walk into this corner to like investigate something, and then I don't know if this happens to everyone or if it just worked out perfectly for me, but like I went in and I either did what I was supposed to do or I couldn't do anything, and so I hit back, like to back up, and I couldn't move. I'm like, what is, and even though it's just controller, maybe it rumbled or something, but something about it gave me this feeling that like, not only can my character not move backwards, like it's all of a sudden like I was in the game and I'm like, oh my God, there's something behind me. And I turn around in the game and then something might as well have been like,
you swing a wrench.
It like jumped away. It just did something. And so it's like, there was an enemy behind me, but he was just messing with me because he wasn't attacking me, but he was there and it was keeping me from moving backwards. And so when I turned around, he was there and he like, poof, he like disappeared. I don't know. It was something so weird. And I don't know if it just like happened to work out that way. Just right. He happened to be there at this part that was super creepy, or if that's what's supposed to happen. But I'm curious to see if you have the same experience.
I don't like it one bit. This game freaks me the hell out. Like it's not like it's on, well, and that's a disservice if I say that. It's not like it's Resident Evil 2 remake, but it's not trying to be. But the like I know I already said it, but like the environmental storytelling in this game is just nuts. Like every time I get to a new door that I can open, when it opens, I'm like, I don't know that I want to go through this door.
Yeah,
it's unnerving. It's so well done. Again, even though I know the twist, I don't know where the rest of the story goes, and I'm so glad, so don't spoil that for me. But my goal this week is to beat Bioshock, period.
So my biggest complaint, I'm not a fan. It's overdone, the hacking. I'm getting sick of doing it to the point where
Logan warned me about this on the stream.
eventually you start getting like loot, just like like batteries and hoses and whatever, and you can use that. There's another like vending machine type thing you'll come across where you can invent stuff.
Okay.
And one of the things you can invent is auto hacking things to where you just, I don't want to
I've
hack this thing.
one, and that's it. And I use it. I'm like, well, crap.
I keep building them because I'm so sick of trying to hack things, especially safes. They're like the hardest thing to hack. I use auto hack every time.
So what I do is when I get to something,
there are times where it's like, here it comes, and it
depends
pointing
how
me
it
to the
starts
edge,
you.
and then it's like, oh god, and I start like,
and you go
clicking things, and it's like, ooh, and I'm just like blocked in, and I can't even go anywhere.
Yeah,
and I'm like, why make it right off the bat where it's literally impossible to win? Like I'm blocked off from getting to the
far
end.
enough to actually connect these things, so you can actually look at the other things, so you can try to connect them.
So that drives me nuts. In the beginning, I was hacking everything. Now I'm starting to get back into it because I've learned just how invaluable it is, especially like the security cameras and some of the turrets and stuff. I had kind of forgotten the whole "would you kindly," and then I think the first time he said it went over my head. And then once he said it again, I'm like, and it all started coming back to me, Celine Dion. So I got to what I thought was the end of the game. And then, because you get kind of that whole payoff.
You got to that part?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I can't wait.
But it's not even the end. And I don't know how much more there is. I think now I am getting close to the end. The only thing that worries me is you keep getting the bathysphere things.
The subs.
And even now, the last one I went into, and I went to this location, there's 8 locations, and 2 of them are still just blank or a question mark or whatever. So it seems like I'm getting towards the end, but it also looks like I've still got 2 places that I haven't even been to yet. So I don't know if maybe they're optional or I really am just not that close to the end yet. But it's a lot of fun. If I'm as close to the end as it seems like I am, the way the game is playing out.
Do you know how long you've played it?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Does it tell you?
No.
I would guess I've got to be over 10. I bet I'm like 10 to 12 hours right now.
Then you're near the end, because everything I read was this game is like 8 to 10
I mean,
hours.
I have no idea. I would guess that's about where I am. It sure seems like I'm very close to the end.
Okay.
And if it plays out the way I think it's going to play out, I would guess I don't have more than another hour or 2. So I'll definitely have beaten it by this time next week. And I'm excited to just kind of jump right into 2 after.
Okay.
So it's one of the most fun first-person shooter games I've played.
But again, it
doesn't
even feel like a first-person shooter.
Yeah.
It's a first-person game, but it's like, this is what I want first-person, and this is why I liked Modern Warfare last year, because it felt like, I know you didn't play all the way through, but it's like, this is it, not on this level, but it's like, it wasn't just aim down sights and shoot bad guys. Like, it had a story, it had weight to it and everything. Did they oversell the weight of it? Probably, but there were some things that I really loved in that game, and this is what I want first-person shooters to be. I'm never, like, I can't even play, the Bioshock. Hey, Jess. I can't even play Bioshock multiplayer or anything, and I don't want to. Like, I want it to be a single-player focused game, which it is, and I love it.
Well, the other thing, not so much with not the graphics, not even really the gameplay, but just kind of the overall feel of the game, it kind of reminds me of like 13, where it's a first-person shooter, but it doesn't, like you said, it doesn't feel like a first-person shooter. It doesn't, I don't know. But I like this game. I figured I would like this game a lot, and I think I like it more than I even thought I would. Now, I don't know how 2, Logan, I'm guessing you've probably played them. I don't know how 2 generally compares to 1. Is it favorable? Like, is 2 supposedly even better than 1,
No.
or 1 is the best.
The
and then
general, again, I've never played either of them before now, but the general perception is that 2 is a big drop off, and then Infinite took it back up, not to the heights of 1, but it got close to it.
Okay.
So, and again, I played Infinite on PS3 on a PS Plus free game forever ago, and I was like, it's fine. But I only gave it like a half hour, and I never went back to it because I got distracted probably with PS4. I don't know, but
Yeah. I don't know. Either way, I'm looking forward to 2. Even if it's not as good as 1, I can't imagine it's just going to be bad. I can't imagine I won't like it.
Chat, correct me if I'm wrong. I think Levine maybe didn't make Bioshock 2, but he did make Infinite, but I'm not 100% sure on that, so let me know.
Yeah.
All right, you want to get the news of the week?
Let's do it.
Ninja. So the guy who speaks for all gamers, Ninja, also known as Tyler Tyler Blevins, one of the most prominent, this comes from IGN, Fortnite streamers and professional esports players, made comments on social media. Flirpy derpy. God damn it, Sean. What did it say?
I just added. I didn't remove anything.
So did it say flirpy or derpy?
It didn't say either.
Made comments on social media about the competitive... This is why I don't let him... I'm disconnecting your keyboard.
You can have it back
about
after
the competitive
class.
Yeah, you're going to timeout. Nature of professional gaming. His opinions quickly sparked heated debates across the internet, in caps, on how seriously games should be taken. Ninja tweeted yesterday afternoon, which was a few days ago, saying that having an "it's just a game" mindset towards competitive gaming is weak and that players shouldn't settle for underperforming. His tweet reads as such: the phrase "it's just a game" is such a weak mindset. You are okay with what happened, losing, imperfection of a craft. When you stop getting angry after losing, you've lost twice. There's always something to learn and always room for improvement. Never settle. These comments follow a notable outburst from Ninja towards his squad mates earlier this month after he fell victim to 4 stream snipers. If I had 4 snipers going at me, how long do you think I would last? Half a second. Once he saw a comment suggesting you shouldn't get upset when it's just a game, Ninja had this to say, quote, "If anyone ever uses the 'it's just a game,' I'm going to lose my mind. Imagine telling LeBron James, Tom Brady, that when they're pissed off after losing a game that it's just a game. Are you kidding me? You're so stupid. It's a competitive nature, bro. It's about respect, bro. It's about pride. It's so much bigger than a bleeping video game. And anyone that ever uses the phrase 'it's just a game' is a horrible human being and is lazy. You're a lazy human being." There's a bunch of responses and stuff. I didn't even want to talk about this, but it's a really slow news week. So my nose is stuff. It's a really slow news week. So I was like, let's talk about it. But like, I hate that. Like, I'm happy for Ninja and all the fame he's gotten and all the money and everything. Like he made, I saw a report, 17, 18 million last year. He made more than PewDiePie, which that's a huge number. I think PewDiePie made 15. He was 17 or 18, whatever. I hate this notion that it's like Ninja speaks for gamers. Like, first off, you're not Tom Brady and you're not LeBron James. You're not. And it's not to denigrate video games, but it's like, it's a craft. It is a skill. I get all that. Now, if he's just talking about competitive gamers, that's one thing, because losing to them means a lot more than if you and I go online and Call of Duty.
Right.
But like, this didn't get spread around as a commentary on esports. It got spread around as a commentary on gaming. It is just a game.
It's weak, bro.
You're weak, bro. Bro, man. What's up, Goldberg? What's up, bro? I don't even wear shoes, bro. To me, at this point, Ninja, again, like I said, God bless him and all his financial exploits. he's kind of, to me, a caricature of himself at this point. And I almost think this whole, and then he later tweeted that like, no, I was just joking, whatever, of course, because whatever. Like, you guys have seen our Let's Plays of video games. When I die in Mario, Sean doesn't look at me and go, bro, get better, bro. You got to watch out for the Spinies next time, bro. This isn't just a game, bro. We're Let's Playing here, bro. It's just like, if he's talking about competitive stuff, esports, whatever, I get it. But the fact that this has like gone into this huge thing, again, it was a slow news week, so that's why we're talking about it. But like, I mean, what do you think?
So, when I first saw this tweet making the rounds,
Yeah, also get good.
I didn't understand why everybody was like on the defensive about it. Like,
Logan, shut up.
I'm like, he's just saying, I don't know. I couldn't understand why everybody was like attacking him. I'm
Because
like, this
they took
quote kind of makes sense. But then I saw the video of him, what he
Going
said,
off.
and I'm like, this guy seems like such a
D.
jackass.
Yes.
Like, I'm like, okay, watching him say this, I have a totally different mindset than when I just read this tweet. And there is I mean, imagine telling LeBron James, Tom Brady when they're pissed off after losing a game. Like, but if Tom Brady goes out and he throws an interception, he doesn't go over on the sideline, oh my God, I can't, why did I do that? And like start throwing and smashing stuff. He's just like, man, all right, let me, what did I do? I screwed up. I did this wrong. Like,
to really go to that analogy, he's not looking at, what's his name, the white guy?
Edelman.
He's not going, Edelman, what the hell's your problem, man? I said you do this and you do this. Actually, no, you called this play. No, it's not what I said. I told you to go this way and you went that way, and that's why I threw a pick. You suck, you stupid mother. Like, yeah, continue.
I mean, there's a difference between, you know, just not caring if you lose or if you do something bad, and there's just acting like a little baby about it. Like,
Correct.
Yeah, get better, learn from your mistakes, whatever. There's nothing wrong with that, but it also doesn't mean you need to like throw a little tirade when something doesn't go the way you wanted it to. So I can kind of see both sides of it. When I read the quote, I'm like, yeah, I kind of agree with that. And then when I saw him saying it and just looking like a little baby, I'm like, okay, you I don't like you. You suck.
Yeah, if you just look at the tweet and if you're just thinking about it for esports people, you can compare esports stuff to, I'm not saying Tom Brady and LeBron, to the best that have ever done their craft ever. But like when it's your job to get good at a game, I can see how you can have that mindset, and Ninja is not us, obviously. But like, yeah, when you see the like this rant and other rants he's had in the past, it's like, just it's not that serious, bro. Like, when I suck at stupid top run and I'm trying to get 2,000 meters and I get 1,963 meters into a run, and then I just get in my head, I'm like, duh, and I jumped on an enemy and I die. I'm not like, duh, stupid Kevin. Like, what's wrong with you, bro? Like, I don't know. Like,
well, the other thing, like, I don't watch any like competitive gaming. Maybe it's just because what they play. Maybe it's just what they play doesn't appeal to me.
Evo is the one thing that I could get into because fighting games are my ish.
Like the closest thing I don't even watch a whole lot of streamers. I mean, the closest thing that I do is I watch a whole bunch of like Mario Maker people. Yeah. So like Ryukar and Grand Pooh Bear and Carl and like. I don't even really watch them live because I never really have a chance to, but like on my lunch break or sometimes on my lunch break, I'll just throw up a YouTube video of theirs and just watch. And like they die and they're like, oh man, I can't. But like they don't get angry. Like it is just a game. Like relax.
Aaron Rodgers.
RELAX. Relax. So, I don't know. I mean, different strokes for different folks. It is just a game. Like, even if you're doing it professionally, it is still just a game. I mean, I don't know. You can act how you want to act.
But don't
be a
like
little.
that.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I don't want to talk about Ninja. Sony is skipping PAX East due to concerns about the coronavirus. They're also skipping GDC. Facebook has also pulled out of GDC. I think Capcom has pulled some of their people away from PAX East. I'm not 100% sure. Two things here. This sucks for Sony fans. Logan. Like, I wanted to hear from people that I know that are going to be going to PAX East what they think about The Last of Us Part 2.
Right.
It's so... Now, I might be speaking out of turn here, just a hair. The coronavirus outside of China.
I'm trying to scroll.
Okay.
Every time I tap, the thing pops up.
The coronavirus outside of China has killed how many people?
Outside of China? I have no idea.
I'm not trying to demean this at all. It's killed over 2,200 people, I think, now.
Outside of China or total?
Total. I think 2,200 of those, 2,203, have been inside of China, where it's just an epidemic. I think this is weird. This leads into my whole thing with, like, I'm not confident in Sony going into next gen. I'm just not. I don't really care who sells more consoles, whatever, because I care way more about Sony. I care more about God of War, Horizon, Spider-Man, Uncharted's going to come back, whatever else. I care way more about that than who sells more consoles.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I don't even care, really, that Sony, quote-unquote, won.
I didn't even say Last of Us.
This generation. Like, I don't care.
Right.
I also don't care if they don't win the next one. Give us the quality games that I care about personally, and I don't care. I don't care if Xbox outsells you.
Agreed.
I could not care less. This whole
I think
console wars thing is just so stupid.
Yeah, we're all over it. There's just this mindset with the coronavirus that it is like polio, and it's, again, I might not know what the hell I'm talking about, but it's not polio. It's not. Like, the last time I heard, there was like under 10 deaths worldwide outside of China. How many people die from the flu every year? Has Sony or Facebook or anybody else canceled a PAX or a GDC appearance because of the flu? The answer would be...
I don't know.
No, the answer would be no. And I get that they've got people all over the globe, but like, it seems so weird to me. Like, people want to go hands-on with The Last of Us and Final Fantasy VII among a bunch of other little games, and maybe, I don't think Ghost of Tsushima was going to be there, I'm not sure. But like, it just seems so weird. It seems so old Sony to do something like this, I guess is what I'm saying.
So... I do agree with that. However, other than it sucks for the fans, is there really going to be any kind of like recourse against Sony? Like, oh, you're skipping? Well, screw you. I'm not buying the PS5. Like, who cares? What?
There won't be, but that's like the PAXs are more about the fans than like E3, until whatever E3 is now. The PAXs are more about like fans coming together and playing games and getting hands on and all that other stuff. So that is what sucks. It's just weird. I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's a weird year.
I don't know. All right, sales results. NPD for January are in. Is or are? Sales results are in.
The sales results are in.
But the NPD is in. But the Giants is a good team, or the Giants are a good team?
Are. Well,
but the Giants, that's what I'm... Thank you. You can have your keyboard now. I always say the Giants are, the Magic are, the Knicks are, the Grizzlies are, but really the Grizzlies are one thing comprised.
Right.
Of,
So it's also weird to say whatever, fill in the blank. Blank
yes,
are a good team. Are a good
and
team.
The Giants are in good team. I mean, they're not, but also
but they are, therefore plural, a good team, singular.
Wireless.
Oh, I just remembered what we were talking about.
Thank you.
Who and whom?
That's what it was. So when do you say sidebar? Whomever, or whoever?
How did you use it as an object or a subject?
I don't know.
Ryan used me as an object. That's what I was going to say.
First off, how
that's
dare
all
you.
I have to.
So you don't know. You just wanted to do the office
no.
joke.
So
Okay.
whomever is named Toby. I honestly don't remember if it's.
So you have nothing to add here?
Whom. It's whom if you're talking about the
Tell mom to watch this episode.
object.
Ryan used me.
Who did that? Who punched
Used me as an object.
Who punched me? I don't know why I wouldn't know who punched me.
It was me.
Whom did you punch? I think that's it. I don't know why I keep talking about punching, but like.
So whoever is going to GDC or whomever.
I have no idea. I'm talking out my butt right now.
Somebody hit the comments or the chat, whatever. NPD for January. The number one selling game in January in a very slow January was Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Number 2, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. Number 3, Madden 20. Number 4, Jedi Fallen Order. They're probably over that 8 million number by now. Number 5, Grand Theft Auto 5. They're over 120. You missed that when you're on the cruise. They're over 120 million now. I don't know if you ever went back and listened to podcasts. Number 6, 28 Kid 20 NBA 2K 20. Number 7, Super Smash Ultimate. Number 8, Mario Kart 3. What? Sean, you son of a biscuit. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is what it said. Number 9.
No, I actually just said 8. All I did was change the number.
Number 9, Ring Fit Adventure. Number 10, RDR 2.
Ring Fit Adventure. That's impressive.
That is shocking to me. But like, did you get my text? Nick was down there going. And now it's time for the wrap up. Nintendo unveiled a coral colored Switch Lite this past week. Congratulations to everybody if you would like that. Deadpool is in Fortnite. Chapter 2, Season 2 is all about spy missions and stuff is what I wrote here. I will say, anecdotally, my kids have not played Fortnite for like a month and a half. This update dropped.
Nick was just down there playing it.
They're on it nonstop now. It's like they don't care. But they played Apex a little bit over the
I know
weekend.
nothing. This is the first I've even heard about it. Sounds interesting.
They're
knowing nothing other than just what this little bullet says. I'm like, that sounds kind of cool.
Noah got 4 wins yesterday. 2 squads, 2 solos. One solo, he had 8 kills. The other one, he had like 4, whatever.
Doing the spy mission thing?
No, just
okay.
It's there in the world if you want to do it. There's like bases you can. It reminds me kind of, maybe I could be completely talking about it, but it reminds me of like GTA Online with like the
heists.
No, the where you just be driving around, then the red circle comes up, like the gang hideouts and stuff.
Okay,
it reminds me of something like that, but I could be completely wrong. So congrats to Fortnite. Final Fantasy VII Remake is over 100 gigabytes. Remember, they told us this is coming on 2 discs. Now we know why.
Yeah.
1 game of probably 3 parts, 100 gigs, 2 discs. I don't even care. Put it into my veins right now. Do you agree?
Yes.
Witcher Season 2 has started filming. Nathan Fillion. Can we please make Henry Cavill Superman again, for crying out
You're gonna knock my phone
loud
down.
I'm happy that he's Geralt, but I don't care about The Witcher. I still haven't watched the Netflix show.
I watched 1 episode and I'm like, this is kind of cool. I haven't watched.
But like, you already
another one.
watched Game of Thrones. Like, what do you need this for? Like,
That's
you don't
true.
care about The Witcher.
Yeah.
I care about Henry Cavill as my Superman, or as the bad guy in Fallout. Which did you ever borrow that? I can't remember from Dad.
I may still have it. But
No,
yes,
I think he's got it. It's been sitting on his freaking table forever. I don't know that he ever watched it. I want it back.
I watched it.
I want to watch it again. PUBG on PS4 has gotten crossplay. Has received crossplay. Cotton? It's a bold strategy. Is that what you want me to say?
I don't know. It just sounded like you said cotton.
Tiger Electronics.
So are you going to get back into PUBG now?
They're not correct. Because I suck at it. I'm going to go hide in a bush and get a top 10. Tiger Electronics, for some reason, is bringing back LCD games. You know, this means something to both of us.
Let's Plays.
I don't think that's possible.
Just put the camera over our shoulders.
Sonic 3, The Little Mermaid, Transformers Generation 2, and X-Men Project X LCD games are coming out. There must have been a Tiger Sonic 3 game, right?
At least Sonic. I don't know about Sonic.
There was definitely
3,
Sonic
but...
and Sonic 2 for sure. There's Castlevania and Castlevania 2. Maybe they never got to the 3s because everybody were like, what is this?
I heard that.
I don't know what the noise was. I heard a lot though.
Hashtag Team Old.
And that's it for the wrap up. Sean, did you know that I have a Did You Know for you this week?
No.
So since we've both been playing Bioshock, I've got a Did You Know for you.
Okay.
Sean, did you know that during the game's opening, before the player obtains the wrench, Atlas asks the player to find a weapon, mentioning to, quote, find a crowbar or something? Did you pick up on this? Because I did. I was like, and then it was a wrench. I was like, well, what the frick? Why'd you tell me to pick up a crowbar? That's not fair.
Yeah, I did pick up on that.
This is a reference to the Half-Life series.
What?
What? In which the player uses a now iconic crowbar associated with the series.
Crowbar.
I'm glad we both picked up on that, but you ruined my Did You Know by picking up on it. That's it for episode 170. Thank you guys so much for being here live or on YouTube. Again, if you watch this live, you have to go to youtube.com/2playercoop, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, and share it with all your friends and family and everyone in between. As you know, we are part of the Nerd 901 family, so go to nerd901.com and spread the love.
It's .com.
It's .net. Go to nerd901.com where they're connecting nerds across the Mid-South and the multiverse. Of course, check out the homie, Ernie, the Blur Without Fear, youtube.com/Blur Without Fear. We're on Twitter. I'm at Kevin White 24. He's at Real Sean White. Together, we're at 2player_.net.
It's .com.
Patreon, Twitch, you know all this stuff. If you like audio, go to Apple, SoundCloud, Google, Spotify, Stitcher, and other audio services around the multiverse. I see you.
I don't think you don't read from this anyway.
I do when I'm looking at the thing. So yeah, that's it for episode 170. We will be back next. Oh my god, I didn't even talk about there's no point now. Versus is up. Should have talked about that at the beginning.
Yeah.
I'll put it on the docket for next week, or the doc. That confused Sean next time. But until the next time.
Confused me next time.
Is that what I said?
He said that confused Sean next time. How do you already know that?
Stay tuned. Sean, take us out.
Thank you for playing.